Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program On Target. As usual, as soon as we start this program, you have the privilege to pick up the telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything. We on RealFM 91.9, 91.5. We on Brooklyn FM 94.9. That is in New York. You get us on YouTube and Facebook. We always encourage you to subscribe, share, and like our program. Even if you don't like the program, tell your friends about it. Sometimes they don't like it too. But the good thing about our program, you don't have to agree with us. And we welcome the people who don't agree with us. If you want to ask questions, we always answer you. If you want to know why we take the position we do, we're telling you too. Because we believe that is what we need in our country. We need people to sit down and exchange ideas. Forget the personal attacks. Exchange ideas. Particularly now when we speak in politics. Between NNP and NDC. Between Hamas and Israel. Between Caribbean governments and the international foreign affairs. You need discussion. You need people to put their points together. Not attacking people personally. That is not good. We need you. So in our program, we encourage you to call. We have strong position. And we express them. And if you don't agree with them, tell us. If you want more information, why we say what we say, ask us. So for instance, I believe there is absolutely no need for Grenada to build a new hospital. No need at all. And if you ask me why, I will tell you. And what is the answer? I believe we need medical doctors 24/7 in St. Patrick's and Guelph. You have two facilities there. Develop these facilities where you have medical doctors 24/7. That would relieve the pressure on St. George's and Maryborough and develop St. George's and Maryborough in terms of the quality of the service. There is absolutely no need for a new hospital. You are squandering money. What you're building is a new building. Because some ministers and the prime minister may be comfortable that they could make a few $1 million. There is no genuineness about the idea. Put medical doctors in St. Patrick's. We have a clinic there. Develop it over a period of time. Medical doctors in St. George's, in St. Patrick's and Guelph. Bring a dentist in St. Patrick's and Guelph. Bring a psychologist in St. Patrick's and Guelph. You would have less routine cases in St. George's and Maryborough and develop it. Even the treatment of cancer patients, those who go to clinic and come back, they don't have to go to St. George's if they're not from St. George's. They could do that in St. Patrick's and Guelph. And you take out a weight. You release the pressure. The amount of people that go to Maryborough and the St. George's Hospital, you would have less people go. They're not rocket science. Just as how you do not need a new prison. This is regressive. This is backward. It seems as though the government is planning to arrest and lock up people again. Smoke doesn't come out without fire. When the government mouthpiece was asking to close down radio station, jail radio personalities, hang people in the street, you notice all the ministers was quiet. These people are the forerunners. They send them to test the ground. So it appears that this government is preparing to lock up people again and to deny people their rights. During 2025, we will have a program suggesting ways in which we can reduce the crime, the incidence of crime in the Caribbean within 5 to 10 years. We strongly believe that there is too much crime in the Caribbean. And we believe that we can put things in place. We can make suggestions. And if we make it forceful enough, the government in the Caribbean must listen. And we can reduce the crime rate significantly. We have to have answers. When our forefathers decided to control the factors of production, they realized they had labor and they had capital, but they did not have initiative. So they send the brightest sons and daughters to university to get initiative. The majority of them, when they come back, they become commission agents for the multinational corporation. And we, the ordinary man, remain silent. We must wake up and we have to change. Not because a man have a briefcase, a certificate, doesn't mean he have sense. Some of them backward and they dumb. They just have certificates. These certificates have to place on petition. That is why they walk around, pumping up their shoulder like turkey cock and speaking English better than Paul School. They don't have much sense. And you must test them. Don't just accept the fact that the man bright. Ask him what he produced. How much people you employ. What new idea or initiative you introduce in your community. Welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my sister, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you and good afternoon.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Pierre, just give me permission. Let me greet my former Prime Minister.
Go right ahead.
Dr. Mitchell, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Mitchell, mother. Dr. Mitchell, Merry Christmas to you. Long life and strength until we permit another one again. Until God permit you another one, Dr. Mitchell. Long live 2025, you and your mom. God bless all you. And Mr. Philip, Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. God bless you. We will hear again for 2025. God bless you, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, and when you're speaking about Dr. Mitchell, you mustn't hesitate to recognize that he is the most successful politician in Grenada. You don't have to hesitate. He is.
He is.
He is the most successful politician.
Yes.
And we must be proud of that.
I'm proud of that, Mr. Pierre.
Thank you.
Proud.
Yeah.
God bless you.
You see, sometimes I speak to some NDC heavyweights, and I always ask them, who is the most successful politician in Grenada? They turn down. Well, the statistic would tell you it is Kit Mitchell. Whether you call him Jonah, nothing wrong with that. Stone, nothing wrong with that. He's a humble man. He is the most successful politician in Grenada. He won election on 3 occasions, winning all the seats. George Brizan wrote Island of Conflict. But he is the only leader that was able to maintain his party with peace. Even if they had ruckus going on, it appeared, and it seems that they were very united and peaceful. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Happy Christmas, man.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year. So with your long life, health, and wealth, my brethren. Mr. Pierre, where you going to take such a long vacation? That's unfair, man. You can't be doing that, man.
I'll be having a program on Saturday on Studio Galaxy.
No, it's not exciting as your regular program. And if it's one day in the month, man.
I know. I start a new venture, and it's a challenge for me. I have to give it some attention for it to get off the ground. Once it get off the ground, yes. But that time of the day between 12 and 1, it's a real challenge for me. Because I got to leave about 11 to come up here, and by the time we reach back 1, I wouldn't see no workers around Milan. So I start a new venture. Yeah.
I respect that, my brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a nice one, man.
Yes. But the year 2020, next year, God's will, we would be discussing a number of topics, and I intend to publicize those topics. And one of the topics is the pussification of our young males. Another one is, do you believe there is a case for reincarnation? Retirement means increased productivity. I'm not satisfied that a lot of our people who are retired, they are home, wasting away. And I believe we must encourage them to be more productive. And we're going to point out ways that they could be productive.
Yeah, but Mr. Pierre, people at that age, activities play a great part in their life. Because when I look at men all the way 60, 65 in Trinity, compared to what is happening in Grenada, these men always looking forward to some activities. They would depend on Panorama. Around Christmas time, everybody active, but there is nothing happening in Grenada.
Yeah, we've been attacking the elderly mercilessly in Grenada, and I believe they have just been driven in a corner. Not a lot of the rum shop, they run from it, those elderly ones run. Sometimes when they see me going, they say, "Why you going in this rum shop?" Them fellas bad. I say about them all them fellas put together.
But them young guys drinking more. There is no room for the elderly because them young guys drinking more hard than the elderly.
Sometimes the elderly afraid the younger ones going to beat them up. And it's not true. The younger ones appreciate them, but there is fear. And I always blame NDC. This was endemic in our country, but the NDC attitude helped to propagate it. So I believe we have to make suggestions and encourage the elderly people to be active.
Mr. Pierre, I see something is happening there. Why so much attention being given to Peter David by the media? After the leadership in the NMP was such and such, why so much attention given to him now?
Well, Peter David I think we have to discuss the Peter David phenomenon in politics. You see, Peter David is generally a very good, nice person that everybody like. But I think the problem is Peter David like everybody too. In addition to that, you have the communists, the Marxist Leninists, and some of the people who don't certain whether they want a material Butu or Sissio Flato, they believe they want to influence Peter David too. It is the first time in Grenada we have a party trying to choose a leader and another party campaigning for it. So you see, Grenada politics is could be confusing if you don't understand the root. So Peter David is a good man to stay in a political party, not to lead it. And I think the best thing for Peter is to stay in NNP. NNP would show Peter the most love. I know it's a challenge because some of the atheists, the Marxist Leninists, and some of them that confuse about a sexual orientation, they would want Peter too.
Well, what I've seen there, I think them communists are trying to get the way in all parties in Grenada.
Well, yes,
I can imagine that you will have somebody advocating for a next one in the opposition to be leader of that party, but themselves wouldn't support that party.
You see,
something happening there, man. Them guys just waiting to pull the switch, man.
You see, you have some people in Grenada, they're in a political party waiting for opportunity. And when Deacon evoke Maurice Bishop's spirit, they recognize that Deacon can't last for long, but they see hope. So that's what happened.
My brother, have a nice one, man.
Yes, my brother. Yes. So we would have a discussion and we will make suggestion. We firmly believe we can reduce crime in the Caribbean by 5 to 10 years. Crime in the Caribbean could be seriously reduced. So we have a number of people who believe that, and we will be coming up with practical, workable suggestions that they can challenge. When we put it on the table, the scientists would have difficulty in challenging. And we're going to dare them. If you do these things, we could have a serious drop in crime in 5 to 10 years. There is absolutely no need to build bigger prison. What we have to do is to prevent our children from committing crime. And we have another one we will discuss. Deacon Mitchell have to provide us with reason, justification, and explanation. For some of the things he do, we're going to list them. Or you have to withdraw them and make a public apology. Our leaders must be held accountable. And Deacon Mitchell would have to provide justification, explanation, or reasons for some of the action that he has taken. Or he have to withdraw them and make a public apology. And we'll have discussion on that. We will also discuss language and communication. We are advancing the view it is situational. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Pierre, what's up, man?
Yes, my brother. Good to hear you.
Well, listen, a question I want to ask you though: if Peter David decided to form his own party, don't you think that in this situation that he could pull vote away from the NMP and he could also pull vote away from the NDC?
Yes, yes.
David, huh?
Yes, he could do it, but I don't think he could win.
You don't think he could win?
No, I don't think he could win. I think he could pull votes. And maybe it might be a good thing because one of the parties have to go. NDC perhaps have to become extinct. Every time that party come in power, they get worse. So a new party should start. And perhaps Peter David could start a new party and then NDC would disappear. But the challenge is the extremists, the Marxist-Leninists, the communists, and the atheists, they are going to attach to Peter's party. And that is trouble.
Well,
because they basically believe the best chance.
I disagree with you on that. No. Peter David is his own man. And
of course he's his own man. That's why everybody like him. If everybody like him and you like everybody, where you going, Chief? Chief, if everybody like you like rainstorm, you will be pulled left and right. You see, that we have a lot of politicians in Grenada that's very quiet on controversial issues. When you hear controversial issues, they're very quiet. They want to please everybody. So they have stayed away all their life from controversial issues.
You know, but you and I know that Peter David is a people person. And then the people, the electric love Peter David.
Well, caller.
That's why I say.
Caller, he won his seat by 800 votes in the previous election. And he won by about 100 or 200 in the last election.
Well, everybody knows that election, whoever win or lose in it was be by a couple hundred people.
Well, Grenada is the island of conflict, and so perhaps it's an interesting thing to see what happens next.
Yeah, because I believe that the NMP and the NDC will be threatened a lot if Peter David Fong is.
Well, it's very difficult for NDC to win the next election. I believe if an NDC election is called tomorrow, NDC would lose big time. The Prime Minister is lying as when horse-trotting. And most Grenadians is convinced that this Prime Minister is going to bring the economy into free fall. Absolutely no new ideas is placed on the table. Now, Christmas time, he said he will build a new prison. I believe if election is called tomorrow, and one month in the election cycle is a lot, things could change dramatically. So 2 years from now, a lot could change. Deacon could get a rude awakening on the Damascus Road. But if election is called tomorrow, the NDC goose cook.
Yeah, I'll side with you on this one. Anyway.
Yes, my brother.
That's it, Mr.
And all the best for the Christmas. And we want people to enjoy the Christmas season. Remember, we had Advent for 4 weeks. Peace, hope, love, joy. Christmas is all about peace and hope and joy and love. And the rippling effect on the ground is that people tend to be more generous, more peaceful, more forgiving on Christmas. We must encourage that. And we must continue with it during the year. We all are Grenadians. We are good people that make mistakes a lot. And we are bad people that do a lot of good things. So we have to treat one another with respect. That is one of the fundamental problems I have with the NDC. They are advocating race, they're advocating an environment, a climate, where they're promoting classism. When the senior members of NDC, including the Prime Minister, believe that some villages have classless people, commoners, beggy. I mean, you don't have to believe me. Try to be the devil's advocate and take on one of the NDC hardliners or one of the strong NDC in the village. Even though you are a member of the NDC, play the devil's advocate. As soon as you challenge them, they're calling you traitor, dunce, stupid. The most demeaning and fractious expressions come from their mouth. And that is because it is part of the party DNA. That can be good. A small country like Grenada, we don't have race problem here. We don't have ethnic problem here. So how you could have several ministers? Look at the language that come from their mouth. Lunatics and idiots. Good people. Commoners. Beggy people. Classless. Greedy and needy. This is a language that emanates from the top echelons of the NDC. And it filters on the ground. So when it filters on the ground, you hear the ordinary NDC members saying, let them starve. Let them pound stone in the river. Don't employ them. And that cannot be good. And I do hope this Christmas, NDC will adopt hope, joy, peace, and love. And recognize that to be a good politician, you have to love people. And you always have to prepare to seek the interests of the people in the lower income group. You have to pay particular attention to the elderly, the physically challenged, and disadvantaged children. I do hope the NDC get a rude awakening this Christmas. And they change. And if they change, we're going to see the change. We're going to see a change in attitude. The Prime Minister would stop telling lies. The Prime Minister lying every opportunity he gets, he tells lies. Even when it is not necessary, he tells lies too. You listen to the teachers' union executive, and he was encouraging the prime ministers to fire people that they perceive to be supporters of the opposition party. You look at a permanent secretary in Carriacou, we consider him as a rogue permanent secretary. We have a public health inspector in St. Andrews who seems to, I don't know if they were trained by the Ministry of Mobilization, but it seems to be harassing people that they perceive, they believe are supporters of the NNP. This is totally unacceptable. I will use that opportunity to call on the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health. I don't want to believe that that person is functioning with your instruction. I want to believe it's just a public officer that gets too deeply engrossed in the NDC vindictive politics. But that public officer has been visiting businessmen and showing the way around. But they forget to visit the market in Grenville, where the toilet system is not working for several weeks. Encourage the public health inspector to use the same passion that they were going around in business places, that they perceived to be supporters of the NNP. Go in the market and bring up the authorities there for not fixing the toilet. When that child died in the police station, I put the blame squarely at the foot of the health inspector. The health inspector have the authority to take the matter to any ministry. They could bring up any ministry they could. The commissioner, the leader, the permanent secretary. And just as I blame them for the death of the child in Grenville, I'm now calling on the permanent secretary. Summon that public health inspector and counsel them. They are not to use their profession to play petty politics. And they must realize that the individuals that are speaking out on radio programs, those individuals knows that they're like cockroach in front foul in this country now. So since they're afraid to dare, don't believe you could intimidate them. So I want to advise the permanent secretary. If that public health inspector is operating without your authority, then summon them and counsel them. Otherwise, you may well join the rogue permanent secretary in Carriacou. Yes. And this is our last day before Christmas. So we want you to pick up the telephone and give us a call. And we can speak about anything. We have to believe that we could change things. We don't have the answers. What we do on this program is to provoke discussion, to speak the truth, and to express our opinion on any issues. But if you bring new information and it's credible, then we change your opinion. But you're free to challenge us. If you don't agree with what we say, challenge us. A long time I've not heard culture man. Culture man, you spoke on agriculture for years. We don't want you to hide. You could even tell us the good things alone that NDC are implementing. I know it's difficult to get good things, but they have a few. So please call and tell us. Don't go and hide. We want to hear your voice. Speak. A number of the NDC supporters hiding. Can't even find them in the rum shop. You want discussion? Ask Kennedy. Kennedy can't find it. Michael Baptiste can't find it. John Gold can't find it. They hide it. No, you don't hide. You have to prepare to advance arguments and justification for some of the things that your party is doing. Or you must point out to them that they are not doing correct things. What they're doing is wrong. You know there will be a lot of discussion on a new prison. Is it justified? Is it necessary? We have going to come up with suggestions to drop crime in the Caribbean, not Grenada alone. The crime rate in Grenada, although it is increasing, it is not as high as Montserrat and Trinidad and Jamaica and St. Vincent and St. Lucia. But we're going to come up with suggestions to reduce the crime rate throughout the Caribbean. In the new year, you're going to hear us continue speaking about the low productivity in our schools. It is unacceptable. It is wrong. You cannot have a school system and over 70% of the children cannot meet the minimum requirement. The teacher should wear a tie. You're not doing a good job. You're failing badly. You're failing your own people. Don't make no sense with crying out about white people and racism. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good day, Mr. Pierre. How are you?
Great, man.
Happy to hear you as always.
Yeah.
And I just want to congratulate you for having a great program throughout the year. And looking forward to hearing you in 2025. I am one of your ardent listeners. And I heard you said you wouldn't be there on this program throughout January. I'm definitely going to be listening. I guess you know who it is.
Yes, man. And I want you to join me on a number of the programs.
Yeah.
Particularly the one where we're going to make suggestions to reduce crime in the Caribbean.
Definitely.
We're going to come up with suggestions for that. And in some agriculture programs like crab farming, we want to encourage crab farmers.
And bee farming also.
Well, beef farming, queen flower production.
All of those.
We want some of them women in the house who quarrel with the man, grow flowers around your house.
Why not?
Your man going to, you'll get more romantic. You'll get nice as golf.
Why not?
Yes, my brother. Yeah.
So happy to hear you. Take care and all the best, and give the family my regards.
Yes,
and,
man.
You know,
and that pineapple still, I'm still interested in it.
Definitely.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care, boss.
Yeah,
Later.
my brother. Yes, we're going to, during the year, we're going to encourage our women in the house to plant flowers, grow orchids. You could make money from it. A woman that grows flowers and like music is a miler woman. Ask Yolande Bain Hospital. She likes flowers. She's a special person in my heart. She likes flowers. She always look after the elderly, the vagrants. And she don't care much about people criticizing her. Yolande Bain Hospital. So there are a number of women you could call, but I wouldn't call other women names. She don't mind that. You know, she's a politician. But her gentleness, her humility, her great love for flowers and the elderly is something we must talk about in the country. We must encourage other women. Grow flowers. Grow it in your home. Your man going to take more interest in you. He will say you're a nice woman. Grow flowers. And the children growing up in a home where mommy like flowers. You don't find aggressive and rambunctious women liking flowers. No. When a woman likes flowers and gentle music, she is not loud and boisterous and rambunctious. So we must encourage our people to grow flowers. We must encourage carving in the country. People used to carve wood and etc. All these things would help a better nation. Not prison. Why wanted prison? Dickney, I tell you, Dickney is a fake, building prison. Yes, caller, welcome. You there, caller? Yes, you're there. We lost you. Yes, just call again. The number to call is 4420175. And remember, we on RealFM 91.9, 91.5. We on YouTube and Facebook. And in Brooklyn, we on We Nice FM 94.9. Subscribe to our program. And like our program. And share our program. And you don't have to agree with us. We promise to speak the truth. If you hear us saying anything that is not the truth, or you're not certain, ask, correct us. We believe we could change this country. We believe we could generate serious economy in this country. You want to hear us talking about how to eat more eggs? We're not consuming enough eggs in the country. We must eat more eggs. 8, 9 eggs a day. We have to consume more eggs. Eggs is good protein. Eggs good. So there is no, and it's good for your brain too. I don't know if you bring blood anyway, but it's good. So during the 25, we're going to be encouraging you in our programs to do that. And you must turn on to Studio Galaxy on Saturdays. We have 2 programs. One of them is pure politics. And another one is agriculture. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Yes, caller, welcome.
you say egg. I know I listen on YouTube. It give you sight. It give you protein. But yeah, it give you high cholesterol.
No, it's not true. You lie. Don't bother with that. Not true.
For real?
Don't worry with that. Not true. Eggs good. Eat eggs.
Because they were saying do it.
Don't bother with that. Eggs help the good
Not
cholesterol.
to fry it. Not to fry it.
Well, I tell you, eat eggs, but about frying, you could boil eggs. There are a number of ways you could prepare eggs. If you take eggs and you drop one amount of oil and butter in it, you change the consistency, you change the nutritional value. It's as if you take some Rasta ital and put a pound of salt in it. You can't do that. So you have some things you must not put in good thing. You contaminate it. It's like an...
Mr. Pierre, listen, man, the caller just a while ago, you don't know LMP losing more vote and Peter David. So Peter David is gone?
No. Let's face it. Peter David is a likable person. Everybody like Peter David. NNP...
You want to come and tell me?
Watch me. Peter David said, when he reach in NNP, he never see love so. So NNP love Peter David more than any political party in Grenada.
But this is it.
Yes, so an NNP is an inclusive group. They want everybody in the house, and there's room in the house. If you're not in the main room, you have side room.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre.
So NNP must welcome Peter David in the house.
Leave me talk now. Mr. Pierre, not Peter David alone not make up the NMP. You check it out?
NNP is about everybody in Grenada. Is all encompassing. So we have to encourage everybody in Grenada to come in the house.
How people suggesting it? NNP losing vote and he picking up all the vote. Where you getting the ministers and them? Who the ministers are me putting to win his seat?
Yeah.
You have a lot of difficulty how we watching. We're only watching it one way or one side, you know. We don't watch
That's why we have difference of opinion. So different people could share their opinion.
Yes, I don't say the man don't say they don't showing their opinion, but how they talking is just like Papa God what day and NMP gone go down in God and he rise, you know. That's how we using the word, you know. We have to know what we're saying. You check it out, we have to know what we're saying, Mr. Pierre. When we use word, know what we're saying. Have a blessed afternoon.
All right, thank you. Yes, we always have to be a people that hope. Hope is an important thing. Joy, peace, and love. We all Grenadians, 100,000 people. You know, we related and tie up like a pillow. There is no need to have strong enmity. That's why I encourage people to sit down and discuss politics. Exchange your ideas. Don't sit down there playing snake in the grass, according to Kennedy Budlard. Don't feel in sleep. Get involved. Exchange ideas. If you want to aspire to politics and leadership, tell people what you believe. You can sit down there playing snake in the grass and waiting for an opportunity. When controversial issues come up, you want to hear what the leaders believe. When the issues of economics come up, you want to hear what the managers of the bank, the managers of the credit union, you want to know their opinion. On question of spirituality, you go to preachers, you go to priests, you go to nuns. You want to know what is that issue. On question of politics, you go to politicians. You want to hear what Keith Mitchell said. I want to hear what Lawrence Joseph writes, because he likes to write, and I read all what he writes. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Pierre, good day.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, egg is not cholesterol. Egg is the fastest builder of proteins. The fastest builder of proteins is egg. What are they dynamite for? I want to thank you for all the little lecture through the year, and hope that next year will improve more. You know?
Yes.
And I think that during the COVID time, I can remember when other countries were struggling, Grenada was doing well. Grenada even pay a 3-month salary to the public servants who was their home. And I'm at the end of the year, they still give them a 1 month free money, a 1 month bonus, until the union call and say, well, better if they do it annually, give them that. Until one teacher tell me, yeah, all you didn't want to pay the dog salary, look at we get money free. You understand? So I think when all these things and the people still turn back against and vote out the NP government. So what I think in the economy watching this thing and say, well, look, by Grenadian is the kind of people, we don't treat them good or some back and treat you bad. So maybe that's why treating Grenadian bad. So in the end, he go get a better result. Because I feel and that going to looking at it, that MP does so well, and the people still turn back on them. So you might say, by let me treat them bad so they'll get a better result. So take them to Pierre and enjoy the holiday.
Well, that is a good point you're making. A man tell me some people like bad treatment. It's an interesting thought. Yes, the number to call is 442-0175, and give us a shout and express yourself on any issue. As I said, during the first month in January, I'll be absent from RealFM, hoping to come back early in February. But I'll be having on Saturday, I'll have the program on Studio Galaxy. And every opportunity I get, I will call programs on RealFM during that month. And I also express some of the topics that we will discuss on the program. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre?
Yes, my brother.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my brother.
Peace and greetings to all your listening audience. No, I listen to you at your advising.
You're a little bit low.
You hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Right, that's better.
Yeah. You're advising people to eat a lot of eggs. Well, I've been keeping it a secret, but there is something that I eat on a regular basis, and I find it to be quite nutritious. Whenever I eat it, I find it stimulates my brain activity. It also creates a level of relaxation in my body that not even yoga could be compared to it. So as a result of that, I've been keeping it a secret. But in 2025, I'm going to make sure I put it on the menu, especially for men, because it seems to work in men much better than in women.
But tell me quick.
You understand? So I am. Yeah, so I'm going. So I just want men to know.
Yes.
I have something coming. Not like the gentleman who does make the stuff in St. Mark's.
Okay.
This stuff is natural stuff.
All right.
We don't mix it up nothing.
So we will discuss it.
Yes. And now, Mr. Pierre, you see, I don't have a problem with a new prison when the Prime Minister talk about it. You know, the reason why I'm saying that is because I believe we need a proper correctional facility
So when people go there, first of all, we're trying to rehabilitate you. And, and for those who have bad attitude, we should have a proper place to put them in isolation, and at the same time, try to, from a rehabilitation standpoint. Because the one what they know, it's working, but I think, we need a proper facility. Another thing I support a lot that they did was to raise the minister's salary. Now, Mr. Pierre, let us look at it. Under the former administration, if a minister working for $7,000 or $8,000, things like that will create corruption, because this money just not enough. I work with Ms. Delma Thomas. I see how she operates. This money is just not enough. Now, the other last quick point here, Mr. Pierre, this pension issue. Now, the more I listen and I analyze this thing quickly here, now, the problem comes in when they say, well, when the changes was made by Maurice Bishop, then the revolution, they say it was not constitutional. But the point is that, Mr. Pierre, is no way the government would have able to pay all this money to people who, generally speaking, was not making any contribution. Now, when the NIS come in, Mr. Pierre, now I realize what the former government was offering makes a lot of sense. Now, you work in the system and you pay your NIS, and at the end of your term, at the end of your working life, the government will make sure that you receive about 70% of your last salary, which means that it was going to put the rest. So I'm trying to figure out why we are where we are, not because of lawyers and this whole constitutional thing, because I find this thing could have been worked out in that way. You stay in the system, you're prominent, you understand? You pay NIS, and at the end of your term, the government would have made sure that you receive 70% of your salary. Mr. Pierre, I find that was a
better deal.
That was a reasonable and a better deal.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying now is without the facts and numbers to back it up, the percentage that the employer will pay now and the percentage that the employee will pay, at the end of your working
you don't getting
yes,
money. You don't getting
will
money.
not end up with that 70%.
No, you don't get nothing money.
Have a pleasant Christmas.
Yeah, and most likely that's Tingo boss. And most likely this 3% would not give you enough money. They have to have a board to invest money. That's going to bust. This thing going in. So what they need to do is consultation and seriously look back at the offer that was on the table, 70%, and deal with the issues. What the government doing there would not help. It's only going to create more court case, more problem for our country. And when government, yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, ma'am, welcome.
Oh, Mr. Pierre, it's a delight to hear you, but I joined the program very late, so I can't make much of a input on it. But I would like to wish you and the listening public a wonderful Christmas, and I know you will be coming back after the New Year, as you said, in February month.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a wonderful New Year. Thank you for everything that you have done on this program, everything that you have told us. We gain a lot of knowledge and education. You educated us with everything that is happening in the country. I'm really, really pleased to have you. And I'm praying to God you'll enjoy your New Year, enjoy your Christmas too with your family, and do come back again. So we could have a good conversation, okay?
Thank you very much.
Wonderful New Year. God bless you.
Yes,
okay,
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Bye.
during that period of time, I will call, once I get a chance, I will call the programs on RealFM. And on Saturdays, we have Studio Galaxy with 2 programs that we intend to continue. And we have a number of issues that we want to discuss. We want people to discuss. Another issue I'll discuss, the wolves in politics. The wolves in politics. But I want young people to research the wolf as an animal. The wolf is one of the animals that I give him a lot of high rating. They tend to take care of the elderly. They take care of the weak. And they stay away from carrion, from dead meat. And we're going to look at the wolves in politics. So we hope that a number of issues, plus the trending issue, we're going to speak about it. And we do hope during the Christmas season, the NDC change their attitude. You have to have more respect for people. This dismissive language is unacceptable. We do hope that Deacon make a New Year's resolution that he will stop their lies. It's embarrassing for your prime minister to be lying like that. So we do hope Deacon make a New Year's resolution that he will stop their lies. He may tell one or two little one in the year, but he must try his best. And his supporters must encourage him. Cultureman, Dan Lee from Ticolor, Ali Hadim, Comrade Ray, and my brother Willie encourage Deacon to make a resolution for New Year's that he will stop their lies. Some of the lies he has been telling has embarrassed strong NDC supporters. They hide him. You can't find them for discussion. And that is not good for the rum shop. They use Supidec and we carrying on healthy discussion. Now we can't find them. Ask Brother Battis. You can't find them too. Kennedy Boudlaw can't find them. The NDC is hiding. And it's not good for politics. You must be able to discuss the issues at hand. Yeah, the number to call is 442-0175. We may be able to take our last two calls. We also want to thank the staff that we work with prior to the Christmas. We want to encourage them to continue. Sometimes when you work for this country, the greatest act of patriotism is to work for the country. It's not about money alone. That's why I don't agree with Deacon too. It's a great act of patriotism. If you want to go and make money, some people have gone, a lot of people have left Grenada and go to foreign countries. You have people that government send on scholarship, they never come back. They never come back. They use the state fund. They got educated and they don't come back. And some of them, when I watch them in big countries, they're not in better financial position. So sometimes it's not about the money. It's about helping your community. When you go in university and you come back, you must help the people in your community, the people in your village. If you come out in Tukongo, help the people in Tukongo. Join the groups in the village. Imagine you have a village group and the doctor, the master's degree, the nurse is in it. The quality of the group is going to raise. The block is going to raise. You have Potri Salaka. You have Telescope Salaka. Paul Salaka. Carrier Salaka. Where are our best minds and brain? They hide it. If they come for a piece of food, they come in the night. Get involved. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre.
Go right ahead, brother.
Well, it's a bit sad to hear you will be off for a whole month.
Yeah, 1 month.
Because during which time they might be able to get away with other things that people would not take note of. I hope Carl would be back.
Yeah, I don't know if Carl will be back.
I hope others. I don't usually listen to Janie or find Janie every so often. But
Jenny is basically on Thursdays.
Lighting the fire under these guys' feet is absolutely necessary in this country. I mean, and even though fire is being lit under them, they're still not doing anything in terms of movement. Same old, nothing being done, as you might say. And it's a serious situation we're in. I mean, as much as I don't observe, don't believe in what is people fussing about right now. This so-called season and whatever the excitement is about. It's false, and I don't have time for that to them. But normally around that time of the year, people are enjoying a certain amount of financial stability because work must be low when the NNP was in power, when Keith Mitchell was in charge of this country. And look at the situation now. You know, you go around the shops and guys are wondering what is going on. Nothing is happening. The shopkeepers and them are wondering too. It's an amazing thing. Those who live in the diaspora and sit down thinking that Grenada is a happy place nowadays, no. Things are bad, economically speaking. And you have an increase in bills because cost of living has gone up exponentially in this country. It's a serious situation. And these guys have no clue as to what to do to alleviate these kind of problems. And then when you for example, would be off, and maybe others might be off too, not pointing out to people this nonsense that is going on, they might be able to get away with a lot of things during that time. But anyway, like you said, you have an obligation to attend to.
Yeah, the economic realities. Yeah.
All the best.
Yeah.
Hope you succeed in your effort.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, my brother. We come to it? You have time? Yes, we want to encourage people. As a people, we have to believe. That is the biggest thing, confidence. One of the biggest problems with our economy is lack of confidence. This government killed the confidence in the economy. So a man might want to open a business, he say, boy, how thing going on there, I ain't putting money now. A man might want to paint a shop, but how thing going on there, I ain't painting. This is what generates activity confidence. The government doesn't have any initiative. Every story that comes from the government is sadder. You have people up to now begging the government to give them the money you say you'll give for agriculture in Barrie. What was the qualification? Inform agriculture about your bank account number. You must have a farmer's registration card. Well, you have to get that from agriculture. Well, three things. Your bank account, your farmer's registration card, and I think your NIS card, something like that. And if you have 5 acres of land or less, you get $4,500. Over 5 acres of land, you get $9,000. That's simple. You gave the people the impression that they're going to get the money as soon as they do. Up to today, a number of strong key farmers who have suffered serious losses don't get a cent. You say no checks, then you say you'll give check. And now some people waiting no money. And this is some of the things that could seriously affect the agriculture sector. We want to thank you very much for being with us today. We want to thank all those who participated on the social media. And once again, we encourage you to share, like, and subscribe to RealFM. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas.